Okay, that should be up and running now. Okay, so been smelting some glass, clearly, quite a lot of it, and I've done a little bit of placing, well not a little bit, most of, yeah I'd say about most, maybe a quarter or a third of the glass placement off stream, but thought I should probably do this. I should probably close the stream, that might be a good idea. Okay, so yeah, we're just going to be placing glass. Oh, we've already run out of space, okay. I think this is good enough for now. Let's take that, don't need that. Now, we can't use this portal, I'll show you why. Josh has done a little bit of work, but as you can see, we're on the nether roof, but the problem is that there's no way to get down and there's no other portals anywhere up here. So this is just kind of here. So we're going to eventually end up placing more portals, but this is more just if you want to be on the nether roof. So instead, we have to go all the way back to the village, which thanks to the elytra is not very far. Also, I need to get mending on this big axe, because, yeah, Josh kind of stole my big axe, or not stole, but unintentionally found himself with my big axe and then just gifted it back to me. Okay, now I need to remember where to go, because I always get confused. I just need to find the end portal from here, which I think is right up here. It is. I almost just died. Very nice. Well, not died, but I'm being risky. Okay, I should probably stop. But yes, you can see how much I've done off of stream. But yeah, I think this is really going to come along quite well if I don't abandon it, that is. Because a lot of projects I abandon like halfway through or at the very end. So I hope that doesn't happen this time. Also, this ghast is shooting at me, goddamn. Okay. Hopefully that doesn't break the portal. But, okay, I'm already dying. But you can see here, we've done a decent amount of the placement, but what made this part so easy is that this is up on the, like, underwater cliff here, but as you can see here, it all drops. Not really so much there, but it's going to take a lot of glass, because about one layer of this whole thing takes 8.5 stacks of glass. So this is going to take a long time, and we have like 2 shulker boxes full and a little bit more. Still plenty more smelting. This is going to take quite a while. I want to try and stay away from the middle, because I don't want to get into any trouble with the guardians, because they can be pretty dangerous. But yeah, we're just going to be placing glass. I think what I'm going to dislike most about this is when it comes to placing the sand, because something about it, unless if I'm like in that like kind of mood where it doesn't matter what I'm doing, I'm just having fun, it's going to be very, very boring, especially with a 174 block wide circle like this. So draining is going to be a nightmare. So I'll make the most of placing the glass while I can. It's probably the most easiest part. You can see that already it's taking up a lot of glass, and we've only done like this much, and it's taken 4 stacks. So I'm not sure how long it's going to take to do all of that. If I can assure you, it's going to be a hell of a long time. Oh, I forgot. Breathing is very important when you're kind of building in the ocean. So I'm probably going to take a lot of drowning damage. Honestly, It's coming along quite well for like the amount of time that I spent on this. Respiration 3 is really helping with this. I would hate to, like, set up a conduit or just, like, breathe. Like, have to come up for air, like, every 10 seconds. Because both of those are equally as annoying. The conduit mostly just getting the rollers shells. Because you can either, like, kill a bunch of drowns to get them, which takes forever. Or you could trade with a wandering trader. But not only are they annoying themselves, but half the time they won't even give you a Nautilus shell. Plus it's super expensive. So that's why I pretty much focus on getting endgame stuff first before I actually do anything. But for this actual build, like, the interior is just going to be the Ocean Monument itself. I'm probably going to make changes to that as well. But the interior is probably just going to be like a huge storage unit because I suck at interior. And, like, I can show like previous builds that I've done, and you can tell that I spend so much time on the exterior and like put my heart into it, at least for some of them. But then you get to the interior and it's just it's just empty. I was thinking about this before, like in terms of like ocean life. I want to like create like an ecosystem in this place because it's going to be, like, the whole point of this is, like, mixing at least, like, 5 biomes together. So you can imagine, like, there are different sections, and it has been done before, like, many times. But I want to see how I can put my own twist to this. But, like, wildlife-wise, I want to have, like, rivers and stuff connecting the biomes. And from that I can put in, like, axolotls, fish, maybe even dolphins. I was going to think about making sure that they stay in there. Because the axolotls, not too bad, because they always crawl back, if they can. Well, with something like a dolphin, if they jump out, it's going to be tough for them to get back in. But I also want to find a blue axolotl one day. Whether stumbling across one, it's a gold one there. Whether stumbling across one, or, like, actively trying to find it. Maybe even making a farm. Or glow squids as well. I can't, like, there's so many things in the 1.17 update that, like, it's just, like, I kind of ignore it. I forget that it's 1.17, and most of the time it just feels like 1.16, because there's not really many changes, at least with 1.17. I haven't actually tried 1.17.1 yet. I think I want to wait until the full update's out, where it's actually what they promised, because currently this is just like a tiny little resource pack, and it's kind of like killing the hype. Honestly, this is going by a lot faster than I thought it would. I thought it would be, like, up to there by now. But no, we've made some pretty good progress. But clearly I've still got so much left to smelt. There's so much left to actually do. I've done only about half of this, a little over half. And then probably the most challenging thing is I want to make a wave kind of effect. Like, you can imagine, like, the people that build realistic waves in Minecraft, I've always, like, find them so fascinating. Not the people that builds, that is. But it's just so cool to see. Like, it's like similar with Lego as well, how they use maybe 3 different colors to have this awesome effect. So I want to kind of try that out. Though it might be tough. No, it might be, it will be tough. Especially if I'm going to surround this entire thing. And I'm still going to make the decision of if, like, I've kind of already made this decision clearly, but kind of want to decide if I want the walls to be glass or just like flowing water. But I think I'm just going to stick with glass because I'm lazy. But if in the end I don't like it, might switch. Okay, I'm gonna, like, the thing with the ravines is I'm definitely, maybe I could keep them in, but I'm definitely gonna block them up, like, on the wall side, because I'm not putting glass all the way down there, because that's just a waste of my time. So what I'm actually gonna do now is grab some sand, because over here you can see there's this huge ravine, which I do not want to fill. So I gotta think about how I'm gonna do that. And every time I fly, I'm gonna make sure that I land before I get in the water, because, like, if you see here, you might see it. Like, I'm currently in the water, and it's at 414, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure, since it still counts. Yeah, it still goes down. So I wanna make sure that I always land, so I'm not wasting it. It's 2 here. I can just continue that later. I did this too high. Good enough for now. I mostly just want to get the template for this whole build done first, before I actually start doing proper planning. I think the best part about, like this is a very popular opinion, but the best part about this update is definitely the axolotls. There's something about them. Because they're kind of like, just a cool animal. Especially trying to find the blue ones, because it's kind of like the hype of like a pig sheep back in the day. If you find a blue one, then I guess you're really lucky, or you have too many hours and you need to hop off. Whichever one. Ooh, another axolotl. This one is pink. We got a pink one, we got a gold one. We got like the whitish pinkish, blue, like a light blue one. I'm not sure what color it really is. It's kind of like more of a very light pink. But I'm pretty sure, I don't know, I've never actually like searched up the spawning mechanics of them. That fish just despawned. I've never searched out the spawning mechanics of them, but I think it's just like down deeper in the ocean, because that's the only place that I find them is next to a water ravine. There's one right here. Makes sense why there's quite a few spawning. Oh, there's another axolotl. We've got two gold ones there. Got that pink one. Not sure what happened to the other one. He might have despawned. I'm trying to think of how I could, like, make this, like, base when it's complete more. Forgot the axolotl. Okay, that's the one thing about axolotls, is that they kill everything. Good luck. But I've got to think about how I'm gonna, like, spice this build up, because I want to make it more lifelike. What I like is these kind of like underwater cliffs here, like that and that, because I think this is going to be so fun to use, because when it becomes multiple biomes, I can like have waterfalls coming down, I can have different pathways. These guys can all die, except I might. Oh, the particles are off. Why are the particles off? They've been showing up for like the whole time that I've been doing this. I have not changed my particles like at all, and now they're just kind of not showing up. I don't know, maybe it's because it's raining. I'm not sure. Oh, not sure which one. Oh, Yes, get him Axolotl. Get him. Intense gameplay. I would help him out, but I've already gotten the achievement, so I'm just gonna let him do his work. Who's gonna win? The Guardian has not taken a single punch yet. Ooh. You're not outrunning an Axolotl, they're fast. There we go. Look him go like a champ. But no, I have a few ideas for this, but I feel like this is definitely going to be something that when it looks like it's done, it's not going to be close to being done. I want to keep on adding things to this, because as we found thanks to Josh, there's just an end portal right there. And I had no clue. I was going to go through this whole thing, finish it, and I would never know it's there. Like, never, but it's just right here. Get on here, lie down, and boom. In the end portal, Josh kind of made some changes. I'm not sure what that is. I think that's just running out of stuff. But yeah, it's so cool. I don't want to jump in though, because I don't have a bed sit here. I set my spawn back at home. Mostly just because of the glass, which is going to be very convenient when I run out, because this may look like a lot, and I still have a whole shulker box full. But it's pretty much nothing when it comes to something at the scale. Oh shit. Gotta land first. Might be a good idea. Not waste your ability. Save myself a trip to the end. That's also what I want to work on at some point. If I am ever, like, motivated enough and not lazy, that I want to make like the most efficient XP farm that I could. And when I say I could, I mean that I can be bothered to do. Because currently our end farm is like, it works, it's good, but it's slow. It could be so much more efficient. It doesn't utilize spawning mechanics, it's just an eyesore. I don't know, I kind of want to do, like, because I don't keep up much with the Hermitcraft stuff. But when I saw, I'm not sure who it was, but when I saw the pigman farm, and I saw how efficient it was, and I saw that level 400, I was just like, ooh, no, that's a good farm. So I might do something like that, or like, because it looks fairly simple. When I say simple, look fairly cheap. It's not something that takes like a million blocks and all of your time. Okay, maybe the time part, but not all your blocks. Oh, I need to get some air. Oh, out of glass. I still want to do something with coral as well. I've never once used coral. Like, I don't even think I've used it in creative mode. It's just kind of like one of those blocks, you know. if it wasn't for this build, I feel like the only use for it would be a TNT duper. Is that all the glass I have left? Oh. Okay, that went a lot faster than I thought. I mean, more than a quarter of it done with only 2 shulker boxes is actually a lot more than I thought. I thought this would get way less done. As well as time as well. I thought this would take forever. No, the draining is actually going to take the most time. Not really the draining, but the placement of the sand. Because that's probably my least favorite thing. Because just after escaping, placing a bunch of blocks. You gotta place more. Not only that, but because of the gravity, it makes it so annoying. Actually, do I even have a... Okay, so if I did, on the very, very rare chance, find a blue axolotl, I wouldn't even be able to pick it up, because I don't have a bucket on me. I mean, I do have iron in my ender chest, so I guess I could make one, if I had enough time. Not if, when, like, yeah, I'm not sure what I'm saying, I'm very tired. Not very. Is it just me, or is there something, like, terrifying about drowning, like, in Minecraft? In real life as well, but, like, in Minecraft, it's always, like, especially with Respiration 3, you're like, oh, when am I gonna take the ticket damage? And it just comes, and it's so sudden. And then you're like, oh no, I took half a heart of damage, and I have so much health and a bunch of food to heal me, but I gotta get out fast. Is that just me? I feel like it isn't, but it's just terrifying. Ooh. Almost another quarter of the way done. Actually, after that, I've only got 1/4 of the build left, and then I can work on actually draining this. Just keeping my eyes out. Anytime I see a non-squid fish or guardian color, I'm just like, ooh, what color is it? It is blue. Because I realize that I've got some axolotls in my ender chest, I think it is. Is it? It might be in the actual chest. I'll check now. But I've never placed them. Oh, this guy's got an older shell. Yeah, I've got 3 right here. Pretty sure they're all different colors. Maybe 2 of them are gold. What I like about the, do I have my Nola shells in here? I don't know. I don't even think I have them, actually. Might be in this one. It is, yes. And I want to use, the moss blocks as well. So I might dedicate a whole biome to that. Like its own natural biome. Well, not natural, unnatural biome, I should say, because it doesn't really exist yet. 3 axolotls. Just swimming around, having a ball. If they don't escape soon, they're gonna be trapped. Actually, no, that's the thing with axolotls. They can just, like, before I drain this, they will just be able to escape no matter what, because they can go on land. Actually, that's what I might do. I might set up a river, like, when I set up the river system, or the stream, I guess, I might, have, like, a hole in the wall somewhere that, like, other fish go into. So, like, it's always changing. Plus, with things spawning, they're not trapped. But then again, if I name them, then they're just gonna kinda disappear, never to be seen again. I think I'll have enough, close to getting to the halfway mark there, but I will not have enough to get all that way. Probably get to like around there. I'm just dreading when I have to get over there to drain stuff. Because, you know, something about being trapped in an enclosed space with a bunch of guardians, which do a lot of damage, it's just not very inviting. Is that just me? Well, I guess I was right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to go for some more sand as well. Actually, I might not have to. Okay, I'm gonna take this and go to the end portal. Do this. Fall through the world, okay. I hate that bug, especially in the end, because I actually feel like I'm going to, like, glitch and fall in the void. And I'll have no clue what I'm doing, because I can't see anything. Alright, now this isn't gonna, yeah, this is gonna, that's what I hate about Minecraft, is that it just doesn't, it doesn't, like, if no one's in a loaded chunk, it will do nothing in that chunk. And it's annoying. Like, it makes sense for farms, because otherwise that would actually kill the world. But with stuff as simple as smelting furnaces, there's so much that I have to smelt. Well, not really much now. So much that I could be smelting. Okay, I guess I can go for more sand. I'm not sure what I'm actually gonna do though, like when I'm waiting for this, because I tried to get an alt account to work, but it just wasn't working. Like there's always something to do with like Java errors. Like when I created the server, since it was the first time having a 1.17 server, it just kind of didn't work until I downloaded newer versions of Java. But I'm not sure why it didn't work with, maybe it's an like outdated version of T-Launcher, because I'm not paying for a separate account. Screw that. Well, I guess I gotta go for sand now. How's my Elytra doing? Pretty good. An incredible 0 viewers. It's raining outside right now, so I'm hoping that it's still gonna be raining whenever I go to sleep. I'm not sure which time. But hopefully, just because sleeping when it's raining is like just one of the best things, to be honest. I'm just trying to think of the biomes, really, for this new base. I want to do jungle, like something to do with ice. Maybe it's ice spikes or snowy mountains. Desert, definitely, so that's 3. And then probably a mushroom island, or mushroom section, and then the new moss section, like the azalea trees, because they just look so pretty. So yeah, I guess those would be the 5, but I want to think of a cool way that I can combine them, because I could just like section them off with like a lava moat, kind of just barricading whatever's on the island there. Oh, I gotta think of how I can keep specific like biome animals inside of their biomes, because I could just like fence them off, but I feel like that's quite boring. But now we're getting more sand. I kind of wish I set up a base directly at spawn, because I'm not sure if this is the case for servers, but I know this is for single player worlds, or at least it used to. Like, the spawn chunks would always stay loaded, like no matter what. So it's perfect for farms. But because this is like a dedicated server rather than a LAN world, kinda changes things. Or I'm assuming it would. I just want to, I wish I could kind of skip ahead on like this section of like the base, like when it comes to construction, that is, because it, like, I imagine it would already be boring enough to watch this, but then it's probably equally as boring to actually do it as well. I want to skip to when I'm actually doing more creative stuff rather than just recreating every ocean monument base that exists. Like, that's pretty much most of the bases that I've actually done, to be honest, is some sort of aquatic base, which involves draining out like a large part of the ocean. So I wanna have something more original. Maybe not this time around, but in the future at least, I wanna have something that I could say, oh yeah, this was my idea, or oh, I kinda came up with this idea thanks to someone else. Like, their base inspired me to do this. Like, just an ocean monument, like a drained ocean monument with some chests and stuff, and like a grass kind of area. That's cool, but it's overdone. Super overdone. I mean, the first ocean monument base that I drained, the only thing that was different about it is that I made half of it red, and that was it. That was the only change. That was the newness of the base. Granted, I mean, I did really enjoy making it. Well, not really making it, but I did enjoy the end product. And I think it turned out pretty well. It's probably one of my favorite bases that I've done. But then again, you go into the inside and it's empty. Same with the previous world that Josh and I played on. It was just like, and same as the one before that, you have like these huge builds. Like, we made a giant pyramid, and it was like huge. We finished the actual pyramid itself, and then we just gave up on it. Like, I didn't see anything coming from it. It was literally just a desert temple like the Minecraft one, but scaled up like, what would I say? It was like, it went to sky limit, and then you gotta think about that. You double that height, and that's the width of it, and then you square that. So it was pretty big. But then the inside was just like, hell, it's a more efficient mob farm than our Enderman farm. It was that dark. There was nothing inside of it. I had so many, like, ambitious, like, way over the top plans to have, like, huge statues in it and stuff. And I just gave up on it. So when I want to do something that I can be like, oh, I'm not going to do that again. And I feel like streaming it really adds to that, because it kind of, like, has the guilt of, like, oh, you're not doing this on stream, so what's the point? And then because you've started streaming, you feel more obligated to continue. So yeah, there's a good thing from it. Oh wait, I just realized how much more sand I'm gonna need for the draining process of the, oh no. Okay, I think that's what I'm, like, gonna do, because, like, the rest of the stream would just be me sitting next to the furnaces, so that way they actually smelt. And there would be nothing more than that, because it would take so long. So I think I'm gonna spend, like, what are we up to? We're up to almost an hour. So I think I'll spend, like, maybe another half hour just collecting more sand, creating chests to fill those up, and then just, oh yeah, I forgot there's literally a desert really close to the ocean monument as well. And then Josh found an ocean monument like around 500 blocks away from mine. So if he sticks to it, then we're gonna be neighbors, which is pretty cool. But if it's taking this much sand to then turn to glass just to do the outer ring, I can only imagine how much more sand it's gonna take to actually work on draining, like to create those barricades so that the water doesn't flow in. The answer is a hell of a lot. I think I'm just gonna take that, hit home, put that in the furnace, and I might just end stream there because I mean I'm kind of getting bored, so I imagine it would be like that boredom tenfold, like if you were watching this. So once I hit home, put that away, and then I'll just end stream. But yeah, I want to do something else as well, because what I like. Oh, okay, change of plans. This is also really nice, but like, ooh, parrot. Right. Okay, so I've not. Oh, why am I doing that? I can just. What's in here? Okay, absolutely useless. These for the prize. Diamond horse armor, okay. That could be useful. Yeah, I'll take some arrows. They really need a, like, there's like obviously the nostalgia and the history of like the jungle temple and like the desert temple, all the stuff like that, but it's also super plain. So I think they really should start either bringing out more naturally spawning like monuments or revamp them. I don't know, because I think just kind of putting a reset on them and just like recreating them entirely would be a good and bad thing. It would be good because there's finally a change with them, but it would be bad because they've changed too much. So I don't know, maybe something as simple as a new trap, or like a new version of the dispenser, to make more traps with, and then having a whole new monument for that sole like purpose. Because we have the desert temple, which uses TNT and pressure plates, like that's the trap, that's the gimmick of it. But then we have the like jungle temple, which uses dispensers. The ocean monument, I guess, is just the guardians. Not much more to say to that. The woodland mansions is just the enemies themselves, which makes sense, because it's kind of, that's the whole point of them. That's the whole point of the monument. I'm going way too far. I always do that. I go in the wrong direction. And I realize at the exact same point, because I see, like down here you can see all the flowers and stuff like that. I always notice that and I'm like, I've never been here before. Or like I have been, but I've never been here going home. But this is always the landmark for me. As soon as I see this, I know where I'm going. But no, I think it's gonna be difficult to do, like, because my original plans for this, like, for this world, building-wise, was to, oh, chainmail, I'm gonna see if I can get some of that. I wanna get a full set, eventually. But my original plan was doing, I didn't get anything. My original plan was, like, making 4 dragons. Also, we didn't talk about the, oh, there's another creeper in there, no. Your friend, oh no, he's in the house. Your friend already caused this, man. And then his other friend caused that. But the problem with my original plan, which is gonna be 4, like, huge dragons. And it was gonna be, like, the idea and all, I actually started, like, working on a template for it to start building it. But then, like, now that I'm working on this monument, I realize why it would have never worked, and that is simply because it's not a project that I can do like mindlessly, because with this ocean monument it's just as simple as place blocks, like at least for now it's place blocks, like place more blocks, remove blocks, and then so much progress done. But with something that's more organic, especially in survival mode, it would take so long and I would get so bored so quickly. So I just know that I wouldn't be able to continue with that. I might eventually if I continue this world, but at least for now, I'm not. What I like about this as well is when I like stop these eventually, it'll just become a huge XP bank. So I kind of want to like, I feel like this whole project, to like if when it gets to the point where I can say, oh yeah, like this could be passed off as finished, I feel like it's gonna be another 100 days because currently we're at day 125. That's actually gone very fast. It was day 103 earlier today. But yeah, at about probably like day 250, I guess I could be like, oh yeah, this is pretty much done. But fully completed, I think it would be like day 300, 350. I'm not sure. I might amaze myself and just be more efficient with my time. But I want to work on multiple things at once. I want to get like halfway through this project, get bored of it for a little bit, work on something else, and then when I get bored of that, head back to this. And I want to do like 3 things at once. Because that way, every stream isn't just going to be, because currently like the last 2 streams, not including this one, have just been for the Ocean Monument. So I imagine if like I did get regular viewers, they'd get they might get very bored of the Ocean Monument and want to see something cool with like caves and stuff. So when the new update comes out for like the full version of 1.17, I want to do something cool with the caves, especially like the huge ones, man. It's so cool to see like the like stalactites. I'm not sure which one it is. The ones that hang down. Actually, no, they go up as well. Like the stalactites and like stalagmites, I think it is something like that. But I want to do something cool with that. Maybe that's where I could do a dragon build. I'm not sure. But for now, I'm gonna stick to this Ocean Monument. So yeah, pretty good stream. Got a lot done. Probably end up doing the rest of it off of the stream, like placing the glass. But then it comes to draining. So yeah.